Hello everyone and welcome to the Pittsburgh Grand Prix here on ChampCar.live. It is the Pittsburgh International Race Complex, or what is simply known as Pit Race, here on ChampCar.live, the show that is made for racers by racers. It is the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps, with an 8-hour race today and 7-hour race tomorrow, with 60 teams competing on this 2.8-mile, 19-corner, freshly paved road course situated in Wampum, Pennsylvania, about 40 miles north of the Steel City. Paul Veltum, Bill Strong, and Tiffany Alexander bringing you full-length race coverage again this weekend via the interweb. Weather today, highs in the mid-70s, 60% chance of rain today with a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. We're expecting the weather to be somewhat mild, but there is a significant chance of rain. Tiffany joining me today. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you?
Good morning, Polly. How are you?
Doing really great. Good to hear from you. Doc, of course, on vacation this weekend. Out, I think he's trying to get on a plane someplace, heading to Costa Rica or something like that.
That sounds like a good job.
But we've got a big race on tap for us this weekend. Of course, 8 hours today, 7 hours tomorrow. Plenty of exciting racing to come. And we're going to have, of course, our full-length race coverage again this weekend here on Champ Car Live. So let's take a look at Pittsburgh
we're going to have a full coverage, are we?
Courtesy of Google Earth 3D. There we can see the garages just off to the left. Pit lane as well to the left as we head down the front straightaway into turn 1. There we can see the right-hander that takes you back out onto the north course. We're going to head on to the south course as we're running the full course this weekend. There's the blend line you can see coming out of the pits as teams will head into turn 2 and down the straightaway here for the south course, and then through turns 3 and 4 into the lowest part of the racetrack, also known as Coyote Gulch, as they go through turn 5, an uphill right-hander with a blind exit, continuing on to turn 6, and then teams will continue down through this straight section leading on to turn 7, which is the setup for some of the most enjoyable part of the racetrack, this complex series of S's, right, left, right again, taking them onto turn 11, which brings them out back onto the north course, that newly constructed portion of the racetrack. Again, another series of S's, and then cars will begin gathering speed as they head down towards turn 15. Long straightaway along the back to a very fast turn 16, and then it's into the carousel. Through turn 17 and 18, off to the left there as the track begins to really open up, and the kink turn 19, taking them back out onto the front straightaway here at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, 2.8 miles in length, 19 corners. Let's take a lap around the track with track instructor Jack Neff.
Welcome to Pit Race. As you leave the grid, head down pit lane. At the end, there is a traffic light. That light will be operating to tell you whether to go ahead or not. On to turn, well, you'll be entering the track between turn 1 and turn 2. There's a blend line. Keep to the left. This is certainly the easy part. Front stretch. 3rd, 4th, possibly 5th gear. Braking hard by sign 3 or 2. Stay out late. Come in late, and this is important. 1001, then turn right into turn 4. Turn 4 heading to turn 5 is fast. Get the car straight for the brake zone. Look to the right and come in hugging the curb. Hold the steering wheel, you don't have to move a darn thing going up the hill. Heading to turn 7. You can see turn 7 from the top of the hill. There it is. Late brake, stay out to the left. Come in. This is all about being smooth. Look to the right, tight on the curb. Gas, car comes back left. Look to the right. This next turn is blind, and be late. Look how late we are here, touching the trailing edge of the concrete. Come in tight on turn 11. Hard on the gas. Hard on the brakes. Look to the right up the hill. Come up the middle, prepare for the left. The next turn is blind. Come in tight and hold the steering wheel, don't move it. Car goes left, it comes right back all by itself. Take all of the next curve. Alright, we're coming down to one of the fastest turns on the track. Turn 16, take all of that curb. Hard brake, hard brake. The mistake most people make, they come in here way too fast. Put it to the floor and keep it there. Come up the middle of the track. Look for the apex on the left. Front straight, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Hard brakes, back to fourth, possibly third, depending on your car. One turn, do not move the wheel. And use the blend line as your apex, right there.
So that is a lap around Pittsburgh International Race Complex. Obviously a very exciting racetrack. There you can see an outline since the update. They basically doubled the overall length of the track. 2.8 miles, roughly 2.78 miles is the distance, with 19 corners. Very exciting and somewhat challenging racetrack out here in Wampum, Pennsylvania. We're just getting ready to start the race here in just a few minutes. We do have almost 60 competitors out here this weekend for this race. And we've got some cameras situated around the racetrack and some great spots. You can see the fog just lifting now as competitors are being strapped into their cars and getting ready to head out onto the racetrack. There was a test day here, but still there were several competitors who got here late last night, did not get a chance to get out there and get onto the racetrack. One of the in-car cameras we have set up today is in the student driver's Honda Civic wagon, so we'll be riding along with them. Looks like it's going to be kind of a jittery, wavy ride, but we do have a camera there. There you can see the car picture just up above. But Auto Neurosis Racing, the number 285, finished 13th here on Sunday last year. They're out here again this weekend. Also, Bavarian Mustache Works, the number 662, a sixth at Gingerman after their return to Champ Car Endurance Series. Arbank Racing is out here with their Honda, winning at Gingerman earlier this year, but having CV axles both at NCM, CV axle issues both at NCM and Gingerman. We'll have to see if they've got that sorted out yet or not. BMW, the number 187's out here this weekend. That's a 318i BMW. Starting to post some consistent finishes in the top 20, so see if they can get into the top 10 this weekend or not. Glazed and Confused, the number 256, is a Miata that's been performing really well as of late, with multiple top 10 finishes at some of the tough tracks. And by the way, guys, thanks for the donuts. Then GMS Racing, the number 556 Mazda RX, that's a top 10 contending team no matter where they show up. Winner of the 24 Hours of Nelson Ledges this year. So we're expecting them to be strong out here this weekend. GWR, Greeno Watson Racing, the number 991. Still searching for their first win here. They've come close with a second and a third back in 2016. Then Just for Fun Motorsports, the number 741. Not the best record here, but a 10th at Mid-Ohio and a 9th at Nelson Ledges. Proves that they're not here just for the fun of it. They're out here to get something done. McKibben's Biohazard Racing is quite a story. A new build from Troy Trulio out here this weekend. A lot of eyes are going to be on this car this weekend.
No, he's not done with the car yet. He brought the old car.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, amidst the 8 no's that Bill gave me, Apparently that car didn't make it this weekend, so I'll scratch that one off the list. And then Motor Cars Racing, the number 297. A team perhaps knocking on some top 10 finishes in a Volkswagen GTI. OFM Racing, the number 219. Got quite a few EC cars out here this weekend. This is one of them, a Mustang with a 9th here last year and a 9th at Mid-Ohio. They can bump up their performance and get into the top 5. Well, we'll find out. RVA Graphics and Wraps, they did not bring that number 111 E30 this weekend. They brought the 511. This is our series sponsor. They left their championship C-Class car at home, but brought this ECM Series BMW here this weekend. Then there's Sped Source, an EC Class RX-7 with back-to-back 7th place finishes this year. Sorry about the feedback there, folks. Back-to-back finishes here last year in 7th. He's got a chance, but eligible for the overall win? Well, we'll see. T&A Racing, the number 380 BMW, starting to get some mid-teen finishes as of late. Can they step it up and get into the top 10? Then there's Team Celine, Ketchup and Mustard here this weekend, the 942 and 943.
Ketchup and mustard?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they left the charcoal car at home. Must have pre-cooked those RX-7s.
No, they ended up having to move the engine out of the mustard car, or maybe it was a red car, one of the cars, and put it in charcoal. They had charcoal with them, and it's starting to rain, boys and girls. It is raining right now.
Okay, can you turn your microphone down a little bit, Bill?
Yeah,
you're clipping
sorry.
pretty bad. So you're
You
saying
forgot to adjust it.
just the... So which cars are out there then? Because my notes are all messed up then.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams yesterday were doing the track day, and things happened. And the charcoal car was brought out of the trailer. They put the engine from the, I think it's the Ketchup car, into it, but I'm not quite certain. I'll have to check that out here in a few minutes.
Okay, well, we might be a little confused then on which Celine cars are out there. So
There's
we'll figure that out. Okay, because what I had was that both Ketchup and Mustard should be there.
Yeah.
So
the rain's getting pretty heavy. They're getting ready to go off of pit lane right now. I'm going to go grab my raincoat real quick.
Okay, so Team Troxel Racing's out here this weekend. A 2-car entry. One's an EC car, one's a C-Class car. And the C-Class, a 325, has been knocking on the door for an overall win. Often. Second place here on Sunday was the best they have done, but 6 top 10s lately, so they're always finding themselves up front. They've got to be itching for an overall win. Then there's Visceral Racing Group. Visceral, it seems as though they either finish in the top 5 or they have some sort of mechanical failure. They've entered all 3 24-hour races and completed the most distance of any car. Finished 3rd and 2nd here last year, so you know they're gunning for an overall win. Then there's Team Yoda Sport, another BMW team that's been with us for quite a while, knocking on the door to some top 10 finishes. Can they get it done here? And Z-Tech, the number 53, a top 10 here last Sunday, but that's one of their best finishes. So we'll see a lot of teams here this weekend that good performing teams that are gunning for that top position. And as Bill said, rain beginning to fall, 60% chance of rain today. Highs in the mid-70s. It's going to feel like it's in the low 80s with a 20% chance of rain tomorrow.
So do you think if it's raining, it's changed to 100%?
No, it doesn't work that way unless you're underwater. I don't understand 100% humidity when you're not underwater. I never understood that. I guess we need to get a meteorologist on the show to explain that to us.
All right, cars are starting to go off pit lane.
Be nice and fun to start a race in the rain.
We had a few cars that were lagging. Some of these guys don't realize we need the cars on pit lane half an hour before the start. So
were they loafing?
They were loafing.
You got that one early.
All right, so I'm going to go up and down pit lane right now and inspect inspect their fire extinguishers and things like that. So, you guys, we'll wait for them to come around, but let me inspect stuff. Fuel, fire extinguisher in the green. In the green, yep. Let me see our fire extinguisher, guys. All right, green. Pull the pin, please. That has to come off. Don't need to pull it out completely, okay? Have it ready to go in case needed. Put the pin back in. When you go over the wall, have the pin in. You come back over, have the pin in, and have it out over here. Where's your
all right, so we're rolling out here off of the pit lane on board with the Visceral Racing Group. Getting things started here.
Looks like a messy way to start a race.
Well, they kind of knew that there was a good chance of showers today, and of course we excuse me. Excuse me. They had some practice time here yesterday. So
Any practice time in the rain yesterday?
No, it was in the dry.
Oh, so this will be their first time on this track in the rain, possibly.
Yeah,
So,
it's a fairly freshly paved racetrack. The North Course was just paved about 2 years ago, and the South Course a year or two before that.
that's nice.
So it's a fairly fresh racetrack, which means there's not a lot of that polished grooving in. It gives you the ability to drive online for the most part in the wet. Of course, they just completed a new timing and scoring tower at the racetrack, which is super nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Continuing to work to improve things. And there was a bit of a party yesterday to celebrate Mike's 100th race that he's
Isn't that impressive?
yeah, that he's been director of. So that's congratulations to Mike Chiswick and his wife, and of course special thanks to them for all their hard work in this series, making it possible and frankly very enjoyable to go racing in the Champ Car Endurance Series.
Very enjoyable.
Another look at that track map. There it is, 19 corners, 2.78 miles is the distance. And it is the Pittsburgh Grand Prix here on ChampCar.live. Paul Veltum along with Tiffany Alexander, Bill Strong. Doc is off on vacay. He's on holiday this weekend, enjoying himself. So, Doc, we wish you all the fun. I know he'd much, much rather be here with us.
Of course. Anybody send a warning to Costa Rica that that Doc would be coming?
No, Doc is no, it wouldn't be anything like that because he's such a great guy. He's only loved everywhere that he goes. He is the eye candy of the show. So, well, I guess I got to take you into it. I like to at least call him that just to tease him. So don't take it personally.
He's hilarious.
So I was doing some testing yesterday for the broadcast, and he said, "I'm heartbroken." I said, "Don't. It's okay. I'm just testing, and I'll send you flowers. It'll be okay." There we can see Arbank Racing going by in the distance. They're starting up near the front of the field, and it's actually this Honda Civic.
Hey, GWR just jumped into pit lane. They're good. They're doing something with the car. Something's not working right. Oh, fire extinguisher. Somebody left the fire extinguisher in the car, a really big one. So
Okay.
when you use your car to bring your supplies to your pit lane, make certain you take everything out of the car.
Unfortunately, they got pitted. The driver realized there was a problem before they went green.
Right. You don't want something like that rolling around in the car with you.
Yeah, can you imagine a 10-pound fire extinguisher rolling around? But this is the eggs. This is the bottom of turn one. This is actually heading into turn one. The bottom of the front straightaway, which is really interesting because the track kind of crests and then drops, and there's a dip here. And we see a lot of cars going off the racetrack here, missing the braking zone. And it's also a very fast part of the racetrack. So we'll be keeping an eye on this part of the track. Bill's running triple duty this weekend. He's trying to work in the pit lane. He's trying to help us out with the cameras and the broadcast and whatever, all the other stuff, the other hats he wears. I don't know. So we're a little short on hands out at the racetrack. So if you'd like to come on out and earn some racer credits, we'd love to have you out there. Come on out. We'll put you to work. We could definitely use some grid marshals, some people to help out with keeping the race running smooth. And we'll even feed you. So come on out. Come to the tower. Come see Andrea or Mike. We'll put you to work. It's going to be a great weekend, really. Temperatures are going to be mild. This rain's going to let up, and especially tomorrow. There's only a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day tomorrow. Look out at turn 15. The cars are continuing to work their way around the racetrack. It is the Pittsburgh Grand Prix. It's 8 hours of racing today, and then 7 hours of racing tomorrow. Cars just heading out for their reconnaissance lap.
It doesn't look like it's raining very hard at all, actually.
Yeah, intermittent wipers. It's more rooster tailing.
Yeah.
There's a look at the weather radar. As you can see, most of the heavy cloud covers up at the water down the Pittsburgh area. It's just spotty clouds rolling across there. But the still circling around the racetrack. And I've just got a notification we're green. We'll hop inside our student car. This is the car that was at the pointy end of the field, as we understood it. Let's see if that camera comes back up. But, yep, there we go.
We are green flag. Troy's transponder did end up working in the end. It was on a wrong number, so everybody's good. We have one person so far without the good fire extinguisher, and that's pit 41. This is where we shame them. And where's your fuel pan?
So we're trying to get our timing and scoring system up and running here, folks. But right now we're showing that Kruger Tuned is up front with Team Non Sequitur in second, NTF in third, Karlinski Roselle in fourth, PLC Racing in fifth, Nuke Proof in sixth, More Chump Than Champ in seventh, Team Troxel in eighth, and Team Troxel in ninth, their sister car. And At the Limit Racing in 10th. Trying out a new timing and scoring pylon. And guess what? It's not working right. What a shock.
Yeah, all that R&D never...
It works great in testing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not right at all. So, we'll keep working on it. Maybe next time. We've got after this race, we have another race tomorrow, 7 hours, and then we're off next weekend. Back at it the following weekend, the 20th and the 21st. It's a double 8 at Road America. And then the following weekend, we're at Atlanta Motorsports Park, the 27th and the 28th. And I asked Mike yesterday, and he told me they do have space available at both races for teams to enter. So there's still room to get entered in those races. And I got a feeling this team doesn't have working wipers.
I'm surprised at AMP. Atlanta Motorsports Park is not full. Yeah, that is a fun little racetrack. A good time.
Here we're on board with Matthew Staub. And this is the SpedSource team. Sped Source, an EC Class Mazda RX-7. Looks like he's just leaving her down in third gear or fourth gear, just motoring around that wet racetrack. And this is the view from the Auto Neurosis team in their car. Looks like their feed's locked up as well. So how do you like that? But this track we have a little bit of an issue occasionally with this track. There's a low spot of the track that's just down in the middle of a gully. In fact, they call it Coyote Gulch, and there's virtually no cellular signal down there at all. So we have a lot of dropouts, and then boom, it comes back up once they get back out of that area.
Just consumes the cell signal, huh?
So there's a look at Race Hero. Matt Connolly currently leading the way with Arbank Racing in second in that Honda that they brought this weekend. Team Troxel in third in the 325 car. Kruger Tuned in fourth. At the Limit in sixth. More Chump than Champ in seventh. NTF Racing in eighth. TNA Racing in ninth. And Team Troxel, the number 09 car, in 10th. So, Tiffany, what's on your schedule? What's coming up next for you race-wise?
I'm still trying to talk the boys into going to that. They're putting a new motor in their car. This weekend, I believe, they're going to be working on that. Some of those guys are listening right now. Hey, guys, Roger, Chris, and Casey. So I'm hoping we'll end up going to that. Hint, hint, hint.
Right.
I guess it'll be how the work this weekend goes.
Yeah, we're getting down to the...
That's in my backyard, so...
We're getting down to that time, that crunch time here. Mm-hmm. Just a few weeks out. Atlanta Motorsports Park, always a very fun place to go. Of course, last year it rained a lot and not much fun. Yeah, I can hear Doc saying now, it was miserable.
I mean, it was pretty...